You know, in this video, I'm going to take the time to once again prove my point when it comes down to the position that I hold on black men. I've told y'all in many of my videos that black men cannot connect dots. They cannot think and reason. Many of them cannot color within the lines. I've told you that they are the laughing stock of civilization. And when I make these claims about black men, this really upsets them. And I understand why that is. But because these brothers are so butthurt over what I've been saying in these classic videos, some of these shines have taken it upon themselves to attempt to discredit me by doing what black men do. And I'm going to show you the illogical nature in black men. And I've told y'all this in many of my videos. What a black male would do whenever he finds someone that he disagrees with, he doesn't like this person's opinion, the first thing that this Negro is going to do is he's going to try to find some dirt on him. This Negro is going to spend his time, he's going to go on websites, he's going to try to find something that he can use to discredit this person. Whenever they're saying something that he don't like, this is the first avenue that black men take. And the reason why they do this is because they're cowards. And I'm going to show you this in this video. Now, because this is going to be a teaching video, many of you black men may want to take out a number 2 pencil and a notepad, and please take good notes this time, because I have to repeat this stuff again, which tells me that you're not picking it up. So the Negro will go and he will look and find some dirt on a person, and he will say, aha, this is the reason why I shouldn't listen to what you're saying in the present. Is because of something that you did in your past. And I've told you in many of my videos that the only way that a person's indiscretions in the past can have any bearing on the present is if they are currently involved in that behavior. If you go dig up dirt on a person, let's say he went to jail, this person went to prison for selling dope back in 1980. And he served his time, he's paid his debt to society, he has gotten out of prison, and he's changed his life, he's changed, redirecting himself, he's not involved in that foolishness anymore, and he begins to say things that Negroes don't like, then you can't bring that up. Because that was something that he done in his past, he learned from it, he moved on, and he's changed his behavior, he's changed his life. That's what you call learning from your mistakes, Negro. Because that's what you want to do when you have mistakes that we all have. See, this is the reason why this is illogical. This is the reason why I'm telling you they can't connect dots. Because the Negro actually believes, if I can find some dirt on you in the past, this discredits you in the present. And I've told y'all time after time after time, if that's your position, then you need to stop quoting Malcolm X. Don't wear his t-shirts, don't watch his videos, don't quote him, don't do none of that. If you're going to say that a person's past discredits their current position or current, having a relevant opinion in the present, then you need to stop listening to Malcolm. I mean, you can get no more of a checkered past than Malcolm X. But yet and still, you Negroes, y'all will listen to Malcolm. Y'all will honor Malcolm, and rightfully so. But then what you Negroes will do is you'll go and you'll dig up dirt on other people that you disagree with and use that against them, but you won't use what Malcolm done in his past against him. This is the reason why your logic just don't make sense. You just can't take these Negroes serious. I told you Negroes that if that's your position, you need to do away with the Bible. I've mentioned this on many occasions in my videos. And many of you Negroes who do this, y'all call yourselves Christians. But yet and still, when you look at the formation of your Bible, not mine, yours, the Apostle Paul, who wrote half the New Testament, according to your Bible, was formerly named Saul. Saul hated Christians. He hated Christianity. He murdered Christians. As a matter of fact, on Damascus Road, where he had his conversion, he was on his way to murder Christians, according to your Bible. Yet after Paul's or Saul's conversion, he goes on to write half of your New Testament. Now, if you're going to hold somebody's past against them, then you don't need to read your Bible. Well, I mean, you don't read it, but that's a subject for another video. But you don't need to read your Bible. I told you Negroes that you don't need to read the 23rd Psalm or any of the Psalms when you talk about King David. King David committed adultery with Bathsheba. Not only did he commit adultery with Bathsheba, but he also was a murderer because he had her husband killed, according to your Bible, not mine. See, you black men, I keep telling y'all that y'all prove my point. Y'all really do. I mean, I use y'all as an example to show people exactly what I'm saying. That's the reason why I'm doing this video, because I find it really comical that you black men actually believe that you can go dig up dirt on a person and think that that's going to be used to invalidate what they're saying in the present. One of these shines told me, well, I see why you have the position that you have about black women is because you went to prison for domestic violence. And I laugh at that. And the reason why I laugh at that is because the people who know me, the people in my inner circle, the people that are important to me, they know my position on women. The women that I've dealt with, they know my position on women. And they also know that brother he ain't pressed. The only way that I can get upset with a female, I don't care what her ethnicity, the only way that I can get upset with her to the point that I will put my hands on her is if I had expectations for her and she didn't meet them. That's the only way you can get upset with people. You have expectations for their behavior and they don't meet those expectations, so you become upset. I don't have expectations for none of them. I take them or leave them. And I told y'all this. And I know you Negroes can't digest that. You Negroes cannot digest a black man telling you, listen, yeah, I love black women. I love them. I like to see them in a nice tight pencil skirt and heels. I like that. Yeah, but I can take it or leave it. And I've used the example many times. If you put her in front of me and you put a box of cigars in front of me, 10 times out of 10, I'm taking those cigars. That don't mean that I'm not interested in women. That don't mean that I don't like women. That means that I'm not pressed about them. I can take them or leave them. I deal with them at my convenience, not theirs. Y'all don't understand that. So what you Negroes will come back with is to say, well, you know, you hate women. No, brother, miss me with that. Wrong cat. But this is the logic of black men. This is what they do. They spend all of their time attempting to argue and fuss with other black men. And I told y'all this. They will dig up dirt on that brother, trying to discredit what he's saying. But here's the linchpin that lets you know that they can't connect dots and how illogical they are. Now, this person that you're digging up dirt on just has an opinion that you don't like. I don't like what you say about black women. I don't like what you say about black people. So therefore, I'm going to get on the computer and I'm going to dig and I'm going to search and I'm going to find some dirt on you. That's what you do for an opinion. But now, for the behavior, for the actions, you don't do nothing. Because I've never seen one of these cops that you Negroes are talking about shooting y'all in the street, gunning y'all down without, y'all don't have any weapons. As a matter of fact, in the recent case, that cop who got into it with Sandra Bland, I haven't seen his phone number posted, haven't seen his address posted, Haven't seen any personal information about him. As a matter of fact, those guys get hidden behind the scenes until the media digs out and present who they are. You Negroes don't do nothing. After George Zimmerman was acquitted, George Zimmerman was out signing autographs. And all of you tough-talking black men didn't do a goddamn thing. That brother's still walking around, walk past y'all every day, and you Negroes don't have the balls to even say one word to him. But you will spend all of your time. Now keep in mind now, George Zimmerman, according to y'all's narrative, executed Trayvon Martin. Darren Wilson, according to y'all's narrative, executed Michael Brown. Those cops in New York, according to y'all's narrative, choked Eric Garner to death. This cop with Sandra Bland also baited her to the point that y'all believe they killed her in that prison cell. But yet and still, all of these mentioned cops, not their address, not their names, not their legal names, not their, their employment records, not where they stay, not even their coffee shop where they go buy coffee and donuts. Nothing is posted about those guys because you black men are cowards. You black men don't have the balls to confront people who are actually harming you. The people that you want to go after is people who have opinions. Therefore, you spend your time digging up dirt on them, thinking you trying to discredit them and prove that they shouldn't be listened to and prove that, well, they really are hypocrites because, back in 1980, this happened. No, Negro, you're a coward. And everybody knows this. This is the reason why it's so laughable when you're viewed and you got all that tough talking crap that you Negroes like to do. Everybody knows you're a coward. The only people who are afraid of black men are people who don't know y'all. People who really understand that if I seen this Negro mano one-on-one in an alley, that Negro will be trying to give me doubt. What's up, man? You know I mean what I said. You know we cool. Because that's y'all. Oh, y'all tough on the internet. Y'all tough, on troll accounts. Y'all tough because y'all think y'all can't be located and found. And I already told you, Negro, this is the age of information, man. You can be found in a heartbeat. You can't hide, Negro. But you black men think y'all can do this because y'all, just like I told y'all, are just like that lion in The Wizard of Oz. You have no courage. This is the reason why you will not, under any circumstances, post any of that information on any of those cops. And these cops are killing y'all. According to y'all's narrative, they're gunning you down in the street. They're beating you in the street. They're macing you. They're roughing you up. They're choking you to death. This is what these guys are doing. Tell me what's that cop's first and last name and what's his address who choked Eric Garner? Who is it? Do you know? Do any of you Negroes know? But now you Negroes will spend your time on YouTube going after people who just sitting back making a video saying their opinion. Now y'all will spend y'all's time trying to go after them. But the people who are actually engaged in behavior, engaged in actions, you give them a pass. And this is the reason why I say and say again, you can't be taken serious and you are the laughingstock of civilization, Negro. People look at your behavior and laugh. And then it's the same with this Black Lives Matter movement. And when you look at that movement from top to bottom, and here's what I'm going to do. Because this video was actually going to be my declaration of war on the Black Lives Matter movement, but I'm going to deal with that in another video because I'm going after that movement. But I'll talk about that later. Y'all hear from that later on in the week. But here's what lets you know again how weak black men are. Now, here you have the Black Lives Matter movement. And when you go to their official website, I'm going to put the link in the box. And you look at the list of lives that they say matter. And you will find on that list where black men rank. Black men rank behind not only black women, black girls, bi women, black bi lives, black queer lives, and then there's black men lives. That's not done by mistake. But I know a lot of you Negroes are going to say, well, no, that's just the way it's set up. No, Negro, no. And I'm going to prove this to you in this entire series that I'm going to do on that movement. Because this, again, demonstrates how weak you brothers are. Now, you brothers are always complaining about the conditions. You brothers got so much to say about the condition. You're always arguing, talking about racism, talking about the institutionalized racism, the ongoing legacy of slavery, blah, blah, fucking blah. But you Negroes will not spend your time doing a chronological study of how you got in your predicament. If you ask, and I challenge you right now, if you know any of these Negroes who are pumping their fists, talking about Black Lives Matter, you ask them. Chronicle for me in a paragraph how black people, or particularly black men, got in the predicament they're in right now. Do that for me. How? Explain this. And the Negro will immediately jump to white supremacy. The Negro will immediately jump to the ongoing legacy of slavery. The Negro will immediately go to its white people. What the Negro will not do is the Negro will not deal with the decisions that his black woman made that has an adverse effect to this current day. He won't deal with that. He will pretend like they never made those decisions. And I pointed this out to you Negroes in many of my videos. And this is another reason why you can't take these shines serious, because they don't even understand the source of the problem. They just have a problem with the things that you're saying. But when you talk to them, you can tell that they have done no research. They can't sit back and chronologically point out to you how we got to where we are right now in 2015. They can't do it. Because if they're going to do that and they're going to be honest in doing it, they're going to have to reference decisions that these very same black females who founded Black Lives Matter, these same females who heading Black Lives Matter, these same females who are running Black Lives Matter, they're going to have to chronicle decisions that that group of women made in our history. You can't deny this. You can't get around it. This is legitimate history. All you have to do is do your research. But you black men don't have the balls to confront that. You black men don't have the balls to reference that. What you will do is argue and fuss with other black men. Black men who make statements that you disagree with. And because you disagree with the things that they're saying, you become so butthurt that you want to go out of your way to try to find some dirt on them. Because the dirt will invalidate what they're saying. But you won't be able to chronologically give an account for how this Negro got in the position that he's in right now. You can't do it. There's just no way that you can. And I challenge you, if you think I'm wrong, you ask these Negroes. You don't have to take my words on nothing that I'm telling you. You go ask them for yourselves and you'll see what I'm telling you. If you work with them, if you go to school with them, if you're friends, if they're a neighbor, you put them aside when you cut your lawn and you just ask them. You coming back from one of those Black Lives Matter rallies, ain't you? Yeah, you have on the shirt and everything. And then you ask that Negro, can you just tell me briefly, how did black folks get to where they're at right now? What happened? And that Negro is going to immediately jump from 2015 back to slavery. He's going to jump from 2015 to what took place back in Africa. And he's going, when he deal with what took place back in Africa, he's going to only reference the fact that the white man came to Africa and captured him. He's not going to reference the fact that when the white man got to the continent of Africa, he had no clue to where he was going. He came to the exterior. It was you that took him to the interior. You were his guide. You did that. And I told y'all this. You're not going to reference the fact that you have African chieftains who sold you Negroes into bondage for a trinket or a bead. Just like Jack in the Beanstalk. He sells a cow for a handful of beads. That's what your African chieftains did to your black ass. But you're not going to reference that. You're not going to reference the decisions that these same women who run around here pumping their fists in the air talking about Black Lives Matter, you're not going to reference the decisions that she's made in our history that has an adverse effect even to this day. You won't deal with it. You Negroes will not even confront the fact that this woman that y'all say is leading this movement also leads the nation in abortions. Y'all can't even deal with that. Y'all don't even want to address that. But yet you want us to believe that Black Lives Matter. And you brothers who sit back and side with this buffoonery can't connect these dots, can't sit back and chronically analyze this and chronologically come up with a justification of how we got to the predicament that we in right now. Y'all can't do that. You Negroes cannot, you don't have the ability to do it. This is the reason why I say y'all can't think. This is the reason why I say y'all can't connect dots. You shines are spending y'all's time thinking y'all finding dirt on me or other people that y'all disagree with, and that shit is so comical. Because it only proves my point. And anybody who knows me, this is what's so funny about this shit. Anybody that knows me know where I stand. I make it very clear. I do not bite my tongue. And if those sisters could be on this video, they would tell you themselves, not that brother. Not him. Now somebody else maybe, but not him. Because that brother ain't that pressed. He ain't jumping through no hoops. He's not standing around arguing. I'm not fussing. I'm not debating. I'll say what I have to say and I'm done with it. And women who deal with me know this. I'm not going back and forth with you. I'm going to sit quietly. I'm going to let you say everything that you need to say. Get it all out. I'm not going to interrupt you just to make a point. I'm going to listen to you. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because I want you to give me that same respect when I talk. And once you say everything that you got to say, and I say everything that I got to say, I'm done with it. I do not go back and forth. I tell you Negroes this. Y'all got the wrong guy. I have no expectations for women to the point that I'm going to get disappointed when they don't meet those expectations. Where I'm going to have to put my hands on, no, wrong guy, man, wrong guy. You Negroes are butthurt because y'all don't like what I'm saying about Louis Farrakhan. Y'all don't like the fact that I'm telling you that he's pimping you and have pimped you in the same tradition that your black pastors have pimped you. You black men are offended by that. Y'all are offended just like these sisters get offended when I talk about those black pastors. And now you shines are coming at me trying to, well, man, that's the reason why you don't like black women is because you was arrested for domestic violence. No, dude, no, wrong guy. I hate to tell you this, wrong guy. But you Negroes are going to believe what y'all want to believe. That's the reason why I'm not going to waste my time trying to convince you otherwise. Because here's the thing that really lets you know the illogical nature of black men. I'm going to wrap this video up with this. Let's say what you dug up is true. Let's say it's true. Let's say, yeah, you're right. I got arrested for domestic violence. I've been exposed, as the Negro told me in my Twitter timeline. What does that change? Does that change your backwards decline? Does that change the value that you Negroes have for black life? Will that change the fact that black women lead the nation in abortions? Will that change black pastors from pimping your mothers, your sisters, your girlfriends, and your wives? What does that change? What will actually change with this information, Negro? Other than you being able to sleep at night because now you have found a justification to say that's the reason why I don't listen to that brother. That's the only thing that's going to change. Because nothing else is going to change about your condition, Shine. Because one has nothing to do with the other. And you don't understand this because you just can't connect dots, Negro. You just cannot color within the lines. You don't have the ability to reason and use logic. You just don't. It's not me saying this. Your behavior says this, Negro. I'm not calling you that. Your behavior is calling you that. Now, at the end of the day, at the end of the day,